So you're thinking of the possibility of retiring in Asia. Why are you thinking of this? You may have a pension, let's say, of 2,000 American dollars. Your rent is 1,005, and that's $500 for you to live on for 4 weeks or 1 month. But in Asia, it's going to be a lot cheaper for you, and there are many benefits. But why retire in China? The food, they do have relatively good healthcare, but there's lots of things against it. The first one, I'm going to say, there is actually no retirement visa for China. There isn't one. You can get a 10-year multi-entry visa, but every 60 days you need to get to Hong Kong and back again, or to a different country, so you'd have to do a border run. Imagine when you're 90 years old trying to do that. That's going to be difficult. There are business visas that you can get, but you have to invest into a company. And you can get a marriage visa, which near enough is a tourist back-to-back visa, and you can stay as long as you want, and you have to register once in a while. You want normal access to YouTube, Netflix, you have to get a VPN. It's not that simple. You don't speak the language. You would have to learn Mandarin, which is really complicated indeed. And at 60 or 65 years old, do you really want to settle down and learn another language? And you can't really speak your mind. You'll be quite restricted. Television, they do have global television, but you can't watch Netflix, you can't watch HBO. I'm sure that there are many people who do live in China and they're very happy and they're retired, maybe because they've lived there for a long time, they work, they managed to get the residency card in the end for being loyal to the Communist Party of China, or the Chinese Communist Party, whichever which way you want to call it is fine. And they've just lived there all their life and they're just relatively happy. Or again, you've married. But to go out there and to say, I want to live in China, is sort of like really, really weird, because everything becomes far more complicated. Even though, granted, yeah, it's so much cheaper than the United States of America. Your apartment, you could say, in New York City, a small one, 1,005, that's tiny, but for $500 you can get like a 2-bedroom apartment, a relatively good one for that amount of money, as long as it's not in Shanghai or Beijing, some like tier 2 city, for example, Nanning, or let's think of another one, Changsha, for example. Now, it would be fine to visit China. You can spend 1 or 2 years visiting, traveling around it, and that would be fantastic. And you can see some amazing places. You can see some amazing sceneries, like from Tibet to some deserts. And the food, oh my God, if you like Chinese food in America, you're just going to absolutely adore it. You could say in the People's Republic of China. So to visit, fine, please go, enjoy it. Yep, you'll have a fantastic time. The tourist visa, not difficult to get. Just go to the Chinese embassy, pay some money, fill out a form, 2 passport photos, bam, a stamp in your in your passport a couple of days later. But to go and live there, it's a really, really big change. And from the west to the east, so to speak, with that, I would just say it's going to be problematic a little bit later on, especially with visas. So again, if you get a 10-year tourist visa, multiple entry, you get, after 60 days, I think you may be able to extend it, then you have to leave the country, come back again. It used to be the way for Thailand, for example, if you just wanted to stay there and be a digital nomad, but things have all changed in that way. My advice is, if you don't have a lot of money and you got a pension of $2,000 per month, then I would say go to Thailand. But you would need some savings as well for all the expenditures for visas, etc. That's going to be your main cost. You can get an apartment for $500. There's really good healthcare in Thailand. There's lots of foreigners in sort of different places, like in Bangkok or Pattaya or Chiang Mai or Phuket. There's so many places where you can retire. You do have full access to the internet. It has high-speed internet. There's no restrictions on internet. You can near enough say what you want in certain respects. Just don't talk about the royal family and you'll be fine there. And every 90 days you just have to go to a police station, and then they will that's it. And then every year you would have to go to a visa specialist, pay $300, and they'll do everything for you. But the outlay may be, including flights, I don't want to say. But for example, if I was in America and I was going to retire to Thailand, I think my initial costs would be $10,000 for everything. Then on top of that, it would be the amount of money that you need to have in your account, or you can show that you have a guaranteed $2,000 per month coming into your account, and then you're going to be fine. And then you can just live on 2,000. It's like most countries where you go to first time, is going to be quite expensive for the outlay first of all, and then you can start living comfortably there. Here in Cambodia, it's a lot easier. You can get a visa on arrival, for example. It costs $35. You want the retirement visa, just go to any travel agent and they will charge you about $300. If you want it express, it's just going to be under $400 per year, and that's it, done. Limitations here, you have high-speed internet if you want. It's quite expensive, but your apartment that you rent, you can get for a really nice apartment would be $500. That should come with a swimming pool, that should come with a backup generator. Your insurance you can get for under $1,000, but it depends on your underlying health conditions, etc., etc. What else? You do have HBO, you do have internet, you do have a banking system, you do have healthcare. So make sure if you do get insurance to come to this country here, that the Royal Angkor Hospital or Royal Hospital does cover it, because that's the most expensive and that's where the really rich people do go to, and that's going to be the best healthcare for you. Here in Siem Reap, where I am, and also in Phnom Penh as well. Make sure you have that insurance. That's the most important thing. And you can live quite easily for at least $2,000. And you have that TV that's usually included in English-speaking TV. Not as good as, like, you could say in the United States, but you can actually get Apple TV if you wanted. Then you can get Netflix, you can get YouTube, you can get Amazon, you can get Apple TV, all on the big screen there. So going to China, you're going to lose a lot of your things that you like. And I can't think of any reason to actually go and live in China as a retiree. It's really difficult. You're going to be restricted. You're not going to have the things that you want. But the food, yep, is fantastic. What else? The food is fantastic. And the places that you can go to. The people are really nice, but I think it's going to be more of a headache than more of a great retirement. It's all food for thought. I would say either go to the Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia, Malaysia I wouldn't go to, Hong Kong is too expensive, Japan is expensive, Korea, South Korea is expensive. Indonesia is another option, but yes, I have been there, but I haven't really done much related to living, working, retiring there. So that could be another possibility. Just go and type in on Google, for example, how much does it cost, or can you live in Bali in Indonesia? I'm waffling now. Have a great day wherever you are, and I hope this is useful for you. In other words, if you want to retire because you can't afford the cost of living in England or America, come to Southeast Asia. It's fine, it's welcoming, or come to Asia, but don't retire in China because there's really nothing there for you and it's just going to be a headache. Bye-bye for now. Thank you.